Here's how to get your ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend back. Have you ever just wondered to yourself, isn't there just some simple advice that I can get so that I can become attractive to my partner or to someone who I admired and adored and cherished and love? How can I become more attractive to them? And don't you wish you could just get some simple advice on that? So what I'm going to provide you is some very, very simple and immediately applicable advice for you to become more attractive to the person, any person. It doesn't matter whether you've lost them or you're beginning to lose them or whether you want to get somebody back. This is a fantastic advice and it's banal. By banal meaning it's taken for granted, something so simple as taken all for granted that they miss it completely. The reason why people overcomplicate things. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, well, isn't it much, much more complicated than this? I'll show you what it is, I'll show you what the advice is, and I'll show you what you can do so you can get the person back who you like, loved, admired, and adored, and get them attracted to you again. Would you like that? So why is it that people overcomplicate things? The simple things, simple advice. I want to preempt you with this. I don't want you to say that it's way too complicated. That is the reason I can't do it. The reason why you overcomplicate things, the reason why you think things are much more complicated than they actually are, is so that you have reason to say that the reason you didn't do it, or the reason you didn't get it, or the reason you didn't solve it, or the reason you didn't go after it was because it was too complicated. It's an excuse. Now, you would never want to say to yourself, well, it's so simple, why couldn't I do the things necessary to go after it, do it, pursue it, and do the things necessary to deserve it? It's so simple. You don't want to say that to yourself. You want to say to yourself, it's too complicated is the reason why I couldn't get the result that I wanted. So what I want you to say to yourself, I want you to really say to yourself that a lot of things, most things are much more simpler than we imagine that they are, that we overcomplicate things. It's a lot more simpler than they are. Unless you're a rocket scientist trying to put a rocket into the moon, that's complicated. But things that are human nature are much more simpler than they are. It's just a matter of what information you have in your mind to be able to get what you want, the results that you want. It could be you've got the wrong information, which is why I provide it here, as correct as I imagine it to be. The number one thing I want you to recognize is that if you are not creating attraction, you are creating repulsion. And just like a magnet, it depends on what side of the magnet you introduce to the polarity. If you put the opposite polarity, you will create attraction, and it will be strong magnet attraction. If you put the same polarity, it has no attraction, and actually, it doesn't matter how much you push it into the magnet polarity, it's going to repel it. It's either going to slide it off, or it's going to repel it, push it back. It's repulsion. Understand? I want you to really capture that. It's repulsion. Do not do things that are repulsive. So let's say your partner blocked you on their social media. What do? You continue doing the things that are unattractive to them. Now I want you to ask yourself, is it repulsive or is it attractive? Now you're saying, isn't there something like a middle ground? To which I say, there is no middle ground. And you don't want to be a middle ground if there is one. The middle ground of attraction is non-attraction, but affection. In other words, you could have affection for somebody, but no attraction. No intensity, no sexual chemistry, no attraction. That's not something you want. Unless you have some kind of agreement where that's completely, perfectly fine. In which case, there are plenty of agreements that's completely okay. So, here's what I'm saying to you. Do the things, in correct terms, be the things that are attractive. Because if you're doing the things that are not attractive, you are creating the opposite effect, the effect that you don't want, which is repulsion. Do you want to be repulsed or attractive? If you want to be attractive, continue watching this video. So, I'm going to give you some attractive traits for you to consider if you're a man and if you're a woman They're slightly different, but not all too different. I'll give you some attractive traits and behaviors and ways of being. Now, what if you're saying this? Ron, I just want to be myself. I don't want to be someone else. I don't want to pretend to be an attractive person. I'm not really attractive. I'll answer that in two ways. Number one is that these things that are attractive requires not that much effort. It actually requires your being yourself completely. And there's nothing more simpler than being yourself, isn't there? But there's a specific way to do it. I'll show you what it is. And the other thing is, what I teach you is how to be, not what to do. Why is that? It's because how to be inevitably always provides you with the information of what to do. You will always know what to do when you know how to be. You get it? This is the reason why I rarely ever teach you what to do specifically, unless there's strategies involved which require specific things. So, what are the 4 things that make you as a woman attractive or make you as a man attractive? Let's begin with men. I've went over this in different videos, so I'm not going to elaborate it any further. For you to be a man, for a man to be attracted to a woman, now what I'm saying is, if you ask any of your counterpart, and if you ask them, hey, do these people whom you're attracted to, do they demonstrate, and that's the key word, demonstrate these 4 characteristics? And inevitably, when you describe it to them, they will always say, yes, every single one who I'm attracted to, and demonstrate these 4 characteristics, men and women. Understand? If you're a man, to become attracted to a woman, you require 4 different traits. Number 1 is that you must love, honor, and respect yourself. It doesn't matter whether you are introducing yourself to a new woman or if you're in a relationship already, you must persistently demonstrate this. This is not a what to do, this is how to be. You must love, honor, and respect yourself. This is having the ability to communicate what you like, what you dislike, what you will accept, and what you will not tolerate. Number 2 trait is you must love and appreciate women. Men, you must demonstrate that you love and appreciate women and recognize that they are not men and they will do women things. You cannot trust women to be men. You can only trust women to be women. And furthermore, you can only trust them to be them. Don't trust them to be anything else. You must love, honor, and appreciate women. You cannot hold anything against women for being women. Number 3 is you must be open to leading. You must be interested in leading the conversation, the interaction. Number 4 is that you must be interested in them as an individual that they are. Every single person you're with is an individual. Now, for women to be attracted to men, here's what you must demonstrate to the man. You must love, honor, and respect yourself, which means you have the ability and the ways and means to be able to communicate what you like, what you dislike, what you will not tolerate, and what you will accept. Boundaries. Number 2 is that you must appreciate men to be men. You cannot hold anything against men doing men things. You must appreciate and understand men. There are a lot of ways for you to be able to understand men. This is not just information that you know from the outset. Other people, such as myself, such as greatrelationshipsyou.com, such as the book Relationships 101 will provide you this information. A lot of resources are that will provide you that information. Some of them are awful and heinous and wrong. Some of them are correct. Number 3 is you must demonstrate your ability to be conscientious about your health and figure and beauty. Number 4 is you must be interested in the man as an individual. Now, you must demonstrate these 4 things in your life. Let's say your partner blocked you. Here's what I will advise to you. Absolutely do not pursue someone who doesn't actually see you as a friend. You must always begin with the fundamental premise that you are friend material, that they will trust you as a friend first, and then you can grow your significance beginning with friends. They must see you as a friend first. You must behave and act as someone they would trust and love as a friend first, and then you can grow that significance there, including additional to the sexuality aspect of the relationship. I'll go furthermore into this in other videos. I'll see you next time. Bye.